Hello and welcome to the broadcast. My name's Metamon and today we are broadcasting round 2 of the V8 Supercars Sunday series taking place at the Long Beach Street Circuit. So event details are right there in front of you. So track Long Beach, 2 10-minute qualifying sessions and 2 races. The 2 lap races, a correction there. So we'll get to the live scenes where the drivers are heading out for a 10-minute practice session now to get up to speed with what's required of them. And this track, there we go, Nachos is out on track and Pepe's also out on track. So we got a full grid tonight. It's a wonderful grid, wonderful healthy numbers here. So I'd like to thank a few of the guys that we got from last night's special event at Bathurst. You know, that was a very good event there, and it's fair to say the numbers were up there as well for that stream. So once again, thanks for the guys that have turned up to this event. So as we are in this practice session now, let's have a look at the standings. So Blue XR8 with a clean sweep last round, sees himself on 300 points there. And Ty Morgo, he's a further 33 points back there in second place. Brennicles in third with 249. Someone awesome, Carcado sharing P4, both on 240. Morningstar Mike, not going to make it tonight, but he's on 204. Exo on 186, sharing that with Nacho. Andrew HRT not here tonight on 172. Dean on 162 rather. And the rest of the guys are all on 0 points there. So we'll get back to the live scenes. And we shouldn't be too far off the first qualifying session here, so we'll have a suss at how Ty Morgo's going in this practice session. Looks to be completing an outlap. So should be crossing the control line. We've got a 5-second period here. There we go. He'll be on a hot lap now, Ty Morgo. Be a qualifying rehearsal for all these guys here. So not going as wide as many would there. So taking a narrow approach there, Ty Morgo. Looking quite nice at the roundabout there. Decent exit as well. Using every bit of road on corner entry here. So he's in the second sector now. The car's looking quite nice coming out of the first sector. So into the staircase now we go. So a lot of dancing the car around through this section of the track, that's for sure. Here we go, entering the last sector of the track now. So Dean with the 204.6, that's no doubt an outlap there from him. Looking nice out of the third sector there. He's got a car ahead, but should be fine. He goes wide at the hairpin there. So would have lost a bit of time there, Ty Morgo. So about to cross the control line now. It's going to be a 1:19.3, but Darksider punches in the quickest time of the session with a 1:18.7. So we'll go on board with him, who he's on another hot lap now. I see his second split here. I don't have that up on screen, unfortunately. So I'll quickly put all that up now. So about to exit the second sector now. So he's 9 tenths up on his quickest time. This is going to be a 1:17 provisionally at this stage. We've got Brenticles in P3. He's got a 1:19.5. Nachos gets a 1:18.3, so he puts himself in provisional pole. And now someone awesome with 1:17.6. And Darksider scrapes the outside wall there. Would have taken away a bit of time there, that's for sure. And that puts him up in the P2, so he definitely lost 2 tenths at the final corner there. 1:17.7, but someone awesome, the early pace setter there. Brenicles, he's in P5. Pepe's in P6 with 121.1. He's had a little moment there. Exo's in P7 with 121.1 as well. So he's got a reasonably heavy fuel load there as well, and he's up on his time, but barely. So we'll stay on board for this lap here. Looking quite nice in the third sector for him. Pulls it up at the hairpin now. Doesn't scrape the wall on exit. So looking quite nice on exit there for Exo. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1/10th improvement, but still P7. So Pepe is in P8 now. He's coming back out on track, so it'll be a while before he rotates a lap for a hot lap. That's 9/10 quicker there for Dean, but it's only going to be across the control line for an outlap there. The rear all unsettled there. Let's see what it is in the second sector for Dean. Now I've got a mistake here because Ghost should be in this lobby, but we've got too many people in. So Dean off into the escape road there. And wrap work. Austral, he's coming out on track now. So Dean's got himself out of that wall there. And Raw setting up a few burnouts here by the looks of it. Out of pit lane. Azza, he's out on track. So he's at the staircase section now. So, did we get a second split there? No, we didn't. So he's not on a hot lap. Black Wildcat's in the wall there, so I don't know what's happened there. And Blue XR8 with a 1:15.3. I haven't seen that since the time that we've got a few cars off to the right there. So they're all losing rear grip there by the looks of it, and all they're returning the pit lane. So Blue XR8, he's done a 1:15.3, second fastest, Southern Awesome, with a 1:16.2, 1:16.4 from Darksider, and a 1:16.6 from Azza, who's punched that in that lap time just then. So Blue XR8 returned the pit lane there. A little bit up on his time here, Azza. So he's in the third sector now. Just got to keep in mind this is only a practice session, so nothing will be counted in this session here. But going across the line now, this will give us a form guide on who's going to punch out the quickest laps in quali. And taking that title is Blue XR8 so far, so Carcada, he's sitting in P6 now. So he's punched in a 1:18 flat there. Got a little bit of latency here. Not sure what's going on. But he's got a little bit of bonnet damage there, and he's 3 tenths down. Nacho looking like through the first sector. Might be an outlap because we didn't get a sector split. Pepe coming across the control line now in P10. We've got Brett Wan currently on a hot lap now in P11 with a 120.1. So he's in the mid-sector now at the staircase section. So very deep on the brakes here. Getting as much of the inside wall there as possible. He's 1.6 seconds up now. This could put him up into the top 8 provisionally in this practice session. We'll wait and see how it fares with the other times. Gets it pulled up at the hairpin quite nicely. A little bit of extra oversteer, but looking quite nice to improve on his lap. So there, that's the results of the practice session there. So don't really matter at this stage. We'll go straight to quali. So the whole grid separated by 9 seconds there. So we'll go into the next session. So who is the first to react to go on track now? So Nachos is coming out. Who else is coming out? So the pit lane looks to be fairly quiet at this stage. There's another car coming out now, Brett Wan. And Brennicle's also coming out. So we stay on board with Nachos, who's first out on track. So realistically, he'd be able to give us the first timing over the line. So he's on an aggressive outlap by the looks of it. I'll get these split times up on screen as well. So I forgot to put them on earlier on in last session. The track map, speedo and sector splits. So we get all the information on our screen. So we'll go on board cockpit view for this first lap. On board with Nachos. He scraped the outside wall there. Looking quite nice still. Shouldn't have gained too much damage there. They're sending it onto the main straight now. A lot of wheel spin there. So across the control line. He's on his hot lap now. So we've got a car up ahead, car off to the right there. So these guys are going to have to get out of the way. Should be alright though. Very good exit there. How does he attack the end of the first sector? It looks quite nice heading into that corner. Getting a lot of inside curve there. I'm not sure who's up ahead. Should be getting out of the way realistically. Oh, we've got a little bit of a nudge. But it's not Nacho's fault. He's on the hot lap here. Go heading into the last sector now for Nachos. He's been a little bit hindered by that car in front there. He's deep on the brakes into this fast right-hander. It's a very technical last section of the track as well. Quite easily you lose the rear end on corner entry to the hairpin. Doesn't get an alright entry, but the exit's alright though. So let's see what sort of lap time this is going to be for Nachos. Over the line now, 1:19.3, so there's got to be a lot of improvement to come there for Nachos. He's on board, so that was Raw who was in front of Nachos. Ty Morgo punches in a lap of the 1:19.7, he's P2 now. Now Darksider, he's in the mid-sector now. Not sure if that's a slower driver ahead. So someone awesome and Azza punch themselves up into P2 and P1 respectively. So a 1:16.2 from Azza. It's very good pace for qualifying now. As for someone awesome, he's got to improve quite a lot. 1.1 seconds off the pace of pole position. What can the reigning champ do? He's half a second up now, so gaining a lot of ground now. Now Blue XR8 with a 1:15.2 to put it on provisional pole. The championship leader looking to start off where he finished last round. He clean sweep the last round. Can he do it again in this round? We'll wait and see. As for someone awesome, he's still on a hot lap here. Now what's the second split going to be for him? Got 6 temps up. Might be able to challenge for P2 against Azza here. Nachos puts himself up in the P3 with a 1:17 flat. So awesome pace from Nachos in this second round so far. We're heading into the hairpin now for someone awesome. He's got a car behind as well. So what's just going to be across the control line for him? And I think that either Brennicles or Brett Warren up in the P3. So someone awesome only improved to P4. That's Brennicles up in the P3 with a 1:16.2. So second and third barely separated here. And we can include someone awesome in the mix as well, because those 3 times are extremely close. Now Carcado, he's on a hot lap now. And currently sitting P6 with a 1:17.4. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I spilt my beer. So what's going to be over the line for Carcado? It's going to be an 8/10 improvement. He goes up in the P5. Quite a nice lap there for him. So 1:16.6 for him. And Brennicles, he's in P4, looking to improve. But someone awesome, he puts himself up in the P2 with a 1:15.6. Less than 4 temps behind Blue XR8, championship leader. Now Darksider, he's in P11 at this stage. Going to be over the line. He's in the last sector now at the hairpin, the last corner of the track. He's coming out of the last corner now. I'm going to change the view to track side once again. It's going to be almost a 1 second improvement. Puts himself up in the P8 with a 1:17.1 now. So those times are looking very competitive. Brett Want, he's on a hot lap, entering the last sector now. As a matter of fact, he's midway through the last sector. So sending it into the hairpin now. We've got less than 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. So what's this going to be across the control line for Brett Want? There's going to be no improvement there. Peppy, he's had a roll over there. I reckon. No, there's another car that got right in front of his lap. I'm not sure who that was. That was Raw. So Raw with a massive roll over there in quali. He's sitting in P11. Now Black Wildcats, he's in the wall there. Exo strolling away through the lap. Now what's this second split going to be for Dean? Didn't get any second split there, so he's on a out lap there. Now that's from Machapo. He's put it into the outside wall there, into the tyre bundle. Now we've got Austral in P16 with a 1:24.5. Let's suss out the first sector split for him. So he might be on an outlap there. Now who haven't we spectated so far? We'll go on board with Brenticles because we haven't really given him screen time yet. So he's currently P4, one of the early pace setters right now. So this is only qualifying 1 of 2. And he improves there, but no improvement of the grid. So a 1:16.1 there for Brennicles. Carcado, he's coming across the control line now. And that's going to be an improvement. Still P5 though of a 1:16.5. Now we've got 5 guys in pit lane, and they might not be able to get back out on track for another lap. So Brett Want, what has he got in response to all these times getting flung at him? So he's 3 tenths quicker in the first sector now. Provisionally, he could jump a couple spots, but he's in the outside wall there. Lap bin there for Brett Want. And now Pepe, he's on a hot lap. He's up by 1 tenth. And that could pit Brett Want of 9th position there if he can hold on to it. And he's in the outside wall again. So we're seeing a lot of the drivers go into those outside wall tyre bundles there. Now Raw's back out on track. I'm not sure if he's going to make it across the control line though. Black Wildcat's rotating the car around there. Exo exiting the first sector now. Severely down on his time there. Now Dean, he's on the hot lap. Pretty much everyone in pit lane. The top 3 are still out on track. There's someone awesome currently sitting P2. He's right in behind Blue XR8. So we'll go on board cockpit view between these two. There we go. The top 3 times separated by 8 tenths. Someone awesome making lots of ground there in the staircase, but he rotates it. So that's qualifying session done, and it's fair to say Blue XR8 could have cemented his, I think it's second pole position. He only got 1 pole position last round, but clean sweep the races. So let's see what this is going to be for him. He clicks the outside wall there. And heading into the hairpin now. So we've got no more timing remaining in the qualifying session now. We've still got 4 guys out on track, and make that 3 now. So across the line, and that's a new fastest lap with a 1:15.1 for Blue XR8. We'll go on board with Raw, who's in the last sector now. And we still have Dean out on track as well. He's in the first sector, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a cool down lap for him. In the last corner now for Raw. He's currently P11. Can there be an improvement here on the grid? You know, it's very hard to overtake at this track. And he goes up in the P3 of a 1:15.9 in the dying stages. An awesome lap time there by Raw. So, as I was going to say before, track position matters heaps around this circuit here. So even though we don't do points for qualifying in this championship, I still take a screenshot for my reference. Get the rest. There we go. We'll go continue now. So the guys will have 2 minutes to make the grid. And there is a mandatory pit stop once again. So we'll see what the guys opt to do here. Accelerated tyre wear as well. So you probably see majority of the guys go on softs and going for a stop the tyres as well. You might see a couple run the hard compound and just make a mandatory pit stop and that's it. But it'll be a very gutsy strategy though. So there we go, Blue XR8, the current championship leader, sits on pole position for race 3. P4 in the championship, someone awesome, currently on P2 on the grid. Raw, a newcomer tonight, so he's a rookie, and he's sitting P3, as well as Azza, sitting on P4. So, awesome debut for these front 2 guys here, both on the second row. We've got Brenticles in P5. I'm pretty sure he's equal P4 in the championship, or P3, one of the 2. Carcado in P6. We've got Darksider, another rookie tonight, in P7. Ty Morgo, currently P2 in the championship, but he's sitting P8, so he's got a lot of work to do there. Nachos, currently sitting equal 7th in the championship as far as I'm aware, sitting P9, but he's had some awesome pace so far. We have Brett Want. Remember, we had him in our series last season as well for a couple of races. He's sitting in P10. Pepe, another rookie, sitting in P11. Black Wildcats, he was in last series as well, sitting in P12. Exo in P13. Dean in P14. Machapo returning in P15. And then we have Austral, a newcomer tonight as well, in P16. So here we go. We're about to go green for round 2, race 1 of the V8 Supercars Sunday Series at Long Beach. And who's going to get it off the line here? It's going to be an awesome launch from Blue XR8. Someone awesome, really getting bogged down. Invites Raw up in the P2 there. And he's on the defence now there, Raw. We got a car on the inside in Brennicles, I think. He's going to send it down. No, that's Azza. He's going to make a move for P2. We've got a little bit of nudge there. And does everyone get out all right there? So everyone seems to get out of turn 1 relatively unscathed there. So who's that there with the bonnet crushed in? So that Brett wants. So he's had a little bit of contact earlier on around the first corner. So that's unfortunate there for him. And Blue XR8, the pole sitter, he's in P2 and Raw is blazing away with a 1.6 second lead. So awesome jump for him. He's moved up a couple. Someone awesome. He's all the way down in P10, so he's had a little incident there as well. So reigning champion, someone awesome, all the way back in P10. He's trying to make a move on the Chapo now. He's going to get it done. Down the inside. So easy move made there. Time Morgo in P8. He's chasing down Peppy, who's made up a few positions. Carcado remaining in P6. I'm pretty sure that's where he started. Darksider, he's made up a few as far as I'm aware. He's in P5. Blue XR8, he's lost another position now and he's back in the P3. So Azza moves up in the P2. He started P4, so he's moved up 2 positions on the opening lap as well. But still got a huge gap between him and Raw, who is the car ahead in P1. So Brennicles, he's been really consistent in the first round and it looks to be continuing in round 2. And he's right under pressure by Darksider, who rotates at the exit of the first sector there. Losing a whole heap of positions now. Someone awesome puts himself up in the P8. So awful scenes there for Darksider, who's moved all the way back to P11. That means for Chapo and Black Wildcats move up in the 9th and 10th respectively there. So we'll go back on board. So Blue XR8, championship leader, he's under pressure by Brennicles. Let's go on board with Brennicles in cockpit view. Now I haven't got the stuff up on screen now. There we go. So we got all the data there. And that's Blue XR8 going out wide there. So Brennicles made the move really easy at the hairpin. Might have a little bit of damage there, Blue XR8. So the pressure's on here for the championship leader. He's in the wars tonight, that's for sure. And Carcado, he moves up in the P5. Peppy in P6. Then we have Ty Morgo in P7. Chapo P8. Black Wildcats in P9. Darksider in P10. Oh, who's that in P11? That's Austral. And then Dean in P12. Exo P13. Someone awesome. Reigning champ in P14, but he's in for a pit stop. Nacho's in P16, 15, also in for a pit stop. And Brett Wants, who's almost a lap down in P16. So unfortunate scenes there for those guys there. So we'll go on board with Black Wildcats, who's chasing down the Chapo. We'll see how he gets it pulled up, but Darksider's right on the rear end of Black Wildcats here, so he's buying himself into this battle as well. So he's backed off a little bit, Darksider. Oh, massive dive there, and he's given a nudge to Black Wildcats. It's going to be a redress there for sure. So unfortunate there for those two making contact. And that invites, no, that's Brett Wants in P16 there. So he's behind this pack of guys here. So we'll go back on board with the front guys here. So Carcado moving up in the P4 now. So Blue XR8, he must have made a pit stop or a mistake. It's more than likely a mistake. So yeah, he's all the way back in P7 now. So it looks to have to pour down the escape road there. So we'll get back to track view now. We'll go on board with the battle between the Chapo and Black Wildcats. No, that battle is not that close as I thought it was. So we'll go on board with the battle between Black Wildcats and Darksider. Battle for P9. And Darksider sending it down the inside there, showing the nose. Might be able to make a move at this right-hander. Shows the nose once again, but he holds station. So we're on lap 4 of lap 24 now. So half a second up for Black Wildcats now. It's looking quite nice race pace there. And Roy, he's just blazing away in P1 with a 2-second lead over Azza. And Black Wildcats in the outside wall there. Now what's Darksider got in response to that mistake there? He's really pressuring, and he's going to get the move done. Is he? Yes, he is. We've got a bit of contact in the background there between Machapo and Dean by the looks of it. So I'm not sure. So Dean moves up into P10 there. And Blue XR8, he's going in for a pit stop here, so his mandatory pit stop will be completed. So wait and see where he comes out. Austral, he's coming across the control line. He'll move up into P12. Someone awesome. Where is he going to come out in comparison to Blue XR8, his championship rival? He's got a little bit of damage on his bonnet there, but he's still rotating laps quite nicely here. So Blue XR8, is he still in pit lane? Yes, he is. So Someone Awesome's going to get the move done there. And how about Brett Want? He's a lap down, as well as Nacho. So these guys effectively out of the race to win. So we'll go on board with Black Wildcats. He's still under pressure by Darksider. This is the battle for P7 now. Both these drivers gaining a couple of positions from Blue XR8, going in for a pit stop. I'm not sure. Someone's made a mistake as well. I'm not sure who it is. But these guys are on lap 5. The leader is on lap 6. So going over the control line now. The last lap, 1.1 seconds quicker on his fastest lap for Black Wildcat. So he's getting into a ribbon now. And for Darksider, he's got to keep the pressure on here. And we got Machapo, he's a little further back. And coming in for a pit stop is Exo. So he's starting to make his mandatory pit stop now. And Someone Awesome, the reigning champ, should be able to get past Exo on the pits here with relative ease there. And Blue XR8, he might be able to make it across as well in time. Got to keep in mind the pit transit at Long Beach is extremely long, so it's going to feel like forever on the driver's view. So we'll go back on board with the front guys. These guys seem to be separated by three seconds here and there. So they're all in clean air, these front top 5 guys here. So there's Carcado. He's currently sitting P4. Last up was 1:18.4. So he's not gaining ground on the 3 guys ahead. But he's reasonably consistent in the series so far. Looking for another top 5 result here. So looking quite nice. We'll get the championship standings up on screen for you guys. So here we go. Carcado currently sitting P5 in the championship. So at this stage he's in front of Someone Awesome. So that means he'll move up into P4. And as for Blue XR8, Ty Morgo has got a massive advantage over him. So Ty Morgo might be your provisional championship leader at this stage. Brennicles also in the picture there to maybe move up in the P2 as well. So the championship standings might move around a fair bit here if they stay as they are in terms of track position here. So we'll get back to the main scene. There we are, we're back into the live action, even though we're still on the live scenes. So, do we have any battles heating up here? Times are sort of weird now. So Pepe coming in to serve his mandatory pit stop. Brett Want, he's coming out of pit lane now, so he's went in for another pit stop. And as for Pepe, it's going to feel like ages for him, but he's coming out now. So I'm not sure how long that pit stop was, because he was in and then straight out. Blue XR8, he's moved up in the P12. Someone Awesome got a huge gap over him. So that's about a sector advantage to someone awesome in comparison to his championship rival. Dean currently sitting in P10. And he's really under pressure now from someone awesome. And it looks like he's going to be making a pit stop. Yes, he is. So he's coming in to serve his mandatory pit stop. And he's lost his bonnet. So I'm not sure what's happened there. And Machapo, he's going one more lap around. And it's fair to say he can go around as long as he wants. As long as he makes that mandatory pit stop. Austral up in the P8, so he started P16. He's tracking well midway through this race. So P8, not a bad result for him so far. Black Wildcat's in P11, and that battle has ended between him and Darksider. So Darksider coming out victorious there, and he's up in the P6 now. Carcado, he's moved back in the P5, so he's looked to have made a mistake. And he's coming in pit lane. So he's going to lose the position there to Darksider. Ty Morgo, he's up in the P4. So I'm pretty sure he's your provisional championship leader based on current standings now. We've got Brennicles in P3. He's looking to move up in the standings as well. And Azza, one of the rookies tonight, in P2. So he's putting on a show so far. And as for Roy, he's a rookie tonight as well. So these two guys in front, they're both rookies tonight, and they're gapping on the rest of the field quite heavily. So look out. These guys are on a mission here. And I'm definitely thinking about adding a drop round to compensate for newcomers. But it's only going to be one drop round, so it's going to be your worst round that will be dropped. So that's how it's going to work. So let's see the timing. So there's any battles heating up. Not by the looks of it here. We'll go on board Blue XR8, top pit view, championship leader. Let's go on board for a lap with him. So turn up the volume. No, he's going in for a pit stop here. So looks to have gained a little bit more damage by the looks of it. We've got someone awesome. He's in the mid sector now. So we'll get the sector split at the end of the second sector here. He's on lap 9. The leader's on lap 10 in Raw. So we've got to keep in mind, someone awesome, he's made a pit stop. So he should be able to make ground on the 8 guys in front of him. And he's got Machapo right in front of him who hasn't made a pit stop as far as I'm aware. So we'll stay on board with this battle here. It's really starting to heat up now. And a massive dive there by someone awesome. A little bit of a love tap, and that was a massive dive, but given the position back to Machapo, that's fair call there from someone awesome. So fair driving there from him. The reigning champ, and that's Machapo going out wide there. He scraped the outside wall, so he's looking to have a bit of understeer going into that fast right-hander. Really unusual for that to happen. So Austral, he's up in the P4. And he's tracking quite well, starting P16. Still hasn't done a pit stop yet though, so he might lose the positions here. But a top 10 result will be good for him. Black Wildcat. Currently P6. He's got a little bit of damage on his front bonnet there. And he's taken a tour down the escape road. He outbroke himself there, so he's going to have to reverse it out. Darksider in P5. He's tracking well for a top 10 result as well. And who's that behind him? It looks to be... I'm not sure who that is. The green car. That's Ty Morgo, isn't it? By the looks of it. So Az is up in P2. He's tracking pretty well because he's keeping that gap to 2-second advantage in favour of Raw. So these two guys are effectively equal on track. And the last lap for both these guys, they're only separated by a tenth there, almost 2 tenths. So extremely close by these two front guys. And Brenkel puts in a lap time of a 1:18.6. He's in P3. Ty Morgo, he's going to go across the control line now. What's his last lap time looking like? So a 1:19.4 for him. Darksider's around the last corner now. he looks to have a lap car up ahead. And that was a 120 flat there. So someone awesome, he's going into the pit. So he looks to have a lot of damage there. Machapo doing the same as well. So these guys must have tangled at some point. Just going to invite Peppy up in the P9. It's going to feel like forever for those guys in the pits. Now it's the Blue XR8. He's only in the mid-sector. So championship leader, he's been in all the battles tonight. He's carrying a lot of damage here. And that looks like Brett Wonk getting out of the way there. Awesome stuff there from him. Nacho, very unfortunate for him. He currently sits at P16, so he'll be hoping to bounce back next race. Chapo, Dean, and Someone Awesome all outside the top 10, and Someone Awesome still in the pit lane, repairing those damage. So we'll go back on board trackside. So Roy, he's moved into P2 now. So what's happened to him? He's rotated and he's invited Azza into P1. So that's a massive story there. Now Roy, he's back into the groove now by the looks of it. He's got a little bit of damage on the front end. So we might see him come in the pit lane this lap. He's on lap 13, so that gives a 10-second lead to Azza. So Brennicles, Ty Morgo and Darkside are all in the pit, as well as Austral and Black Wildcat. So Austral's exited pit lane now, and he's coming out in P8, so that was an awesome pit stop there for him. If he doesn't have to make another one, that's going to be an awesome result, starting from P16. And that Peppy up in the P7. I'm pretty sure he's made a pit stop, so effectively in P7. And that's for Ty Morgo and Brennicles. Brennicles is back out on track. Ty Morgo's exiting pit lane now. And there's Darksider coming out of pit lane as well. So he rounds out the top 5. Now, Carcato, is he going to rejoin in front of Darksider here? He might, because Darksider's still got a lot of the pit lane to go. The Carcato, he's up the speed now, down the main straight. It's going to be neck and neck between him and Darksider. So Darksider, he's exiting pit lane now, but Carcato, he should be able to get the move done, and he does. So Carcato, realistically P5 there. So majority of the field have done their pit stop. Now Raw, he's in pit lane now as well. The only guy out on track to have not made a pit stop is Azza, and he's the current leader of the race. So as for him, he's got track position. Doesn't matter when he pits in, as long as he makes that pit stop. That's all that's going to count for him. So he's got a 50-second advantage. He's still got to make that pit stop. Now, is he coming in? Yep, he's coming in now. So he's reacting from the guys behind. So Brennicles, he's making up ground here. He's definitely made his pit stop, but he's only at the end of the first sector now. So in terms of Azza, he's still in pit lane, going to his pit boom. And I'm not sure where that is. It might be at the front of pit lane. So no, it's the middle of pit lane. So he's still got half of the pit transit to go, plus his pit stop. So as for Brennicles, he's almost in the last sector now, heading onto the back straight. His last time, in comparison to his last fastest lap, is 3.5 tenths slower there. So he is on a quick lap here. Now, as for Azza, he's still in pit lane. He's still in his pit box. He's exiting now. And Brennicles, he's at the hairpin. So he's punching himself onto the main straight. And someone else is making a pit stop there in Nachos. So it's going to be a foot race between Azza and Brennicles here. And Brennicles might just miss out because Azza's exiting pit lane now. And there he is off to the left-hand side. So Brennicles gets the move done for P1. And these guys are on lap 15 of 24. So we still got 9 laps to play here. And your current leader is Brennicles. So all the guys, by the looks of it, have made a pit stop. And whatever your grid is now, that's where the guys have got their track position. So Brennicles in P1, Azza in P2. Not sure what's happened. Someone's disconnected here. Not sure who. But we've got Ty Morgo in P3. Roar in P4, who was leading majority of this race earlier on. We got Carcado in P5. Really consistent performances from him. Darksider in P6. Slowly catching up to the top 5. Peppy, one of the rookies tonight, in P7. Black Wildcats in P8. UXR8 in P9. Dean, correction, in P10. Someone awesome. Reigning champ in P11. Exo in P12. Brett Want in P13. So he's made up a couple of positions in the last 10 minutes. And that's Austral in P14 coming out of the pit lane now. So he's had to go in for another pit stop. So he was on for a good result there. And he's dropped all the way back after that pit stop. And then Nacho's rounding out the rest of the guys here. So whoever that driver was, he's retired the pit lane. I forgot who it is. So we'll get back to you on that. So we'll get back on board with the front pack here between Azza and Brennicles. This is the battle for the lead. Sit back and enjoy the audio here. I'll be quiet for the next lap or so. Now applying pressure to Brennicles, and that's for Brennicles. He'll really want to hold on to this lead, because it's going to gain him at least one position in championship standing. So got a little bit of lap traffic there. I'm not sure whose that front splitter was, but it went flying in front of Azza. So he's lost a bit of ground here, Azza. Let's see if we've got any more battle packs forming behind. Second split's not looking quite good. So as for the battle on track, the only battle on track is for P2. So we'll stay on board with Azza here. Very deep under brakes, heading into turn 1. He's gone out wide there, he scrapes the outside wall, and he's lost a whole bunch of time to Brennicles, who's in the lead. He's got a little bit of damage on the bonnet as well, so, and he's only 3/10 down on his fastest lap, so he hasn't lost out too much there. He's still got a little bit of ground to make up now. In the meantime, Darksider, he's slowly catching up to the rear end of Carcado, who's 3 seconds down the road. You can see him in screen now. So this battle for P5 should be heating up relatively soon. We're on lap 17 and 24. Well, lap 18 and 24 now for these guys. So we've got around 6 laps to go. Someone awesome, the championship leader. He's side by side with Exo by the looks of it. And Exo, what's happened here? I'm not sure what happened there. He was right in the outside wall there, and he suffered a lot of damage as well. You can see the steering lock that he's having to do in comparison to a straight car. So his steering arm there is completely screwed. So unfortunate there for EXO, who's currently sitting in P9. Pepe, he's making a pit stop, and he's coming out pit lane now. Coming out on track in P10. We'll go back on board with trackside view, because the battle now between Brennicles and Azza is heating up. So less than 2 tenths now. Azza right on the rear bumper of Brennicles. Sending it down the inside goes Azza, and he's going to get it there. So Azza moves up into the lead of this race. Wonderful move on the inside there in the staircase. Now, what has Brennicles got in response to that move made? Gotta wait to see, because we still got 5 laps left after this lap here. So 1.4 seconds slower on his fastest lap there, Azza. But he's blazing away in P1. He'll be quite happy with that. Ty Morgo, he's sitting in P3, so P2 in the championship, and he's looking to make up position. And actually, I might get the provisional standings up for you guys tonight, so I'll add them as we go along. So we'll stay on board with Ty Morgo, who's under pressure by Raw. We're 2 seconds down, so no, we'll go on board with the front pack here between Azza and Brennicles. So in the meantime, we'll stay on board with this pack here. I'll get my championship standings up on my PC, so I have them ready to go to give me provisional points. So that's up on screen now, so I've got that ready to go. We'll give a 5 to 10 minute break for the drivers. We'll just put them in a 10-minute practice session for the next time around. So, by the looks of it, so Brennicles has lost a little bit of time to P1. As for Ty Morgo and Raw, the battle for P3, they're looking pretty close here, but is that Ty Morgo? No, that's not Ty Morgo. So across the control line there, 1.4 seconds off the quickest lap. The tyres are really dying off now for these guys. And there you can see Raw in the background now with his lights on. But last lap he was 4 tenths slower than Ty Morgo, so he's got a lot of work to do if he can catch up that 2 seconds. And Carcado and Darksider, they still got this battle going on for P5, but Darksider still 2 seconds adrift from Carcado. Black Wildcats, he's under pressure now by someone awesome. By the looks of it, no, that's Blue XR8, who is a lap down, so that wasn't for position there. And Pepe's quietly coming away well in P11. Austral, he's up in the P10, so looking good for a top 10 result here in Austral. XO and P9, so he's looking for a top 10 result, but he's lost his bonnet there, so hopefully that doesn't hinder him. He's only on lap 19 of 24, so these guys back here are a couple laps down. So we'll go on board with Ty Morgo, and still under pressure by Raw. Last lap, Raw was 5 tenths quicker there, so he's really gained on that last lap in comparison to Ty Morgo. Now who do we have in pit lane? We have 2 drivers in pit lane, and 2 retired by the looks of it. But I'm pretty sure they did 75% race distance. Got to point out that if you don't do 75% race distance, you will not be awarded any points for that race, unfortunately. So we're trying to keep it, relatively similar to the Virgin Australia Supercars Championship. So I'll keep a close eye on that at the end of the race. I'll take a couple of screenshots, get through them, and then get the provisional championship standings up on screen as soon as I've got them available. So your leader is Azza by a little bit under a second now. So Brennicles sitting in P2, he's looking to be on the attack now. Morgo in P3, Roar in P4, Carcado on P5, we've got Darksider in P6, Black Wildcat in P7, Someone Awesome, reigning champ in P8, Peppy in P9, we've got Austral in P10, we've got Exo in P11 now, so he's going in the pit lane to repair some damage there. Blue XR8, championship leader in P12, Brett Want in P13 there, Nacho's P14. We've got a couple of guys retired the pits as well. So, by the looks of it, only one driver. No, we've got two. Now, if we got a spot available, we send that invite out to Ghost as well. So, I made a mistake with the invite, so sent an invite out to reserve quite early. So, I deeply apologise for that. And Nachos is into the wall there. 1.3 seconds off the lead now for Brennicle. So he's lost a little bit of ground last lap, 4 tenths to be more precise, and this is the last lap of the race. So unless Azza makes a mistake, Brennicles is going to come out second best at this stage. Now, a 1 second gap between Ty Morgo and Raw as well. A 1.5 second gap between Carcado and Darksider. There's Raw. He's tracking quite nicely in P4. Ty Morgo, he's just got to put in a clean lap and sends it across the line in P3. And he should be the championship leader after this race. A little bit out of breath now. My throat's a little bit sore, but that's all good. We're still going to go ahead for the next race. So we've got another 24 lap race to follow with a 10-minute qualifying session. So we might set the practice session to be 5 minutes so we have a quicker turnaround. So if the guys need, they can go to the toilet, get a quick drink or whatnot, whatever they have to do in between. But as a rookie tonight, and I think he's cracking a burnout. We can't see him in screen, but rookie getting his first win in this series. Awesome effort from him. And P2 for Brennicle, so he's looking really consistent in this series, and he's cracking up a standing burnout there. Ty Morgo in P3, rolls his car, loses pretty much every component there. Raw in P4. Carcado, he's going to cross the line in P5. Darksider, he's going to cross the line in P6. Black Wildcat's going to cross the line in P7. It looks like he's completed his lap there, so looks like he's done and dusted. Someone Awesome, reigning champ, comes across the line in P8. Peppy across the line in P9. Austral across the line in P10, so a good top 10 result for him. Blue XR8, championship leader heading into the round, finishes P11. So he's got a lot of work to do in the second race. P12 for Brett Want. So we'll get through the standings here. So P12 was Brett Want. Lets me scroll down now. So Machapo and Dean, I don't think they made the requirements, so they will not be offered any points for this race. So Exo in P13, Nachos in P14, Dean and Machapo in P15 and 16 respectively. So I'm going to take these screenshots. And I'm just going to quickly return the lobby. We're going to get the next session underway. So I'm going to have to add Raw to the list, I reckon, to the championship. So unfortunately for Ghost, we might not be able to get in this race. There's no one left the lobby, so I'm really sorry for not inviting a reserve Ghost. So I deeply apologise for that. But we're going to try get you in next week if you're still up for it. So 5-minute session there for practice. See if the guys are ready to go. We'll wait until we get a few thumbs up here. So I hope you've enjoyed the action so far. That was a ripping race, especially from Azza, who finished P1. He's a rookie tonight, so he's looking quite quick in this series, that's for sure. So I'll just quickly get this stuff done here. Now where's Azza? I don't think I have him on that list there. Now I'm just going to quickly see what that is. Yeah, so they're wanting a toilet break. I'll send this through now. So I'm just going to get a quick turnaround with these leaderboards. So got to add Azza to the list. Hopefully not too far off with these provisional standings here. Just got to get the Supercar point structure on my screen. You'll stay on the live scene there. Just trying to get these equations done right. So hopefully that's fine. Still coming up with NA, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
The fear of losing is far greater than the fear of being hurt, and that means that you've very much got to weigh up your opponents to see where they are, and
I'll try to get that fixed up soon.
If they're in a strong situation, their car is running well, and you're both in a good position. At that point, it's like playing high-speed poker. All you can do is try and gauge the profile of your opponent right, and hope that you've, hope you come out in front of him.
Alright, well I'll start up the session now, but it'll be a 5-minute practice session for the guys. So they'll be ready to go there. Hopefully I get these results turned over in time. to quickly get my screenshot, so bear with me here, guys. So yeah, no points offered to either Dean or Machapo, unfortunately. So got to take a picture of this on my phone. There we go. Sorry about that. So it looks like they're going into the qualifying session now. But as for the provisional points, I haven't got them done yet, so we'll wait and see what happens in this qualifying session. So we've got a 10-minute session here. So who's going to come out on track first? We've got Darksider coming out on track now. I'm going to try quickly to get the standings done. Got stuff ready to go. It's going to be working for me. Sniping it now. So I've got them all ready to go. So we're back here. So this is the qualifying session 2. This is going to set the grid for race 2. But as for the provisional standings, there they are. Ty Morgo jumps up in the P1 in the championship, and then you have Brennicles moving up into P2. And then Blue XR8, he's lost 2 positions. He was the championship leader heading into this round. He's 24 points adrift there. We have Carcado, he's moved up 1 in P4. We've got someone awesome, he's moved down 1 in P5. Exo up on the P6. Nacho's in P7. Morningstar Mike, he hasn't made it tonight, in P9. We've got Andrew HRT in... No, he's in P9. Dean's meant to be in P10. Forget about the rank there. I've got to get the formulas redone. We've got Azza in P11 with that wonderful win there. Raw in P12. So he's on 120. Darksider in P13. Black Wildcats P14. Peppy in P15. And Austral P16. And Brett Wong P17. And we've got Ghost and Chapo in P18 and 19 respectively there. So we'll go back to the main scene. So there's a few drivers that have recorded the time. Reigning champ, someone awesome. He's put in a lap time of a 1:16.1 to sit provisional pole. So he's tracking well to recover. Just going to change my HDMI input here, so I can see it from my PlayStation HDMI. And then we have Raw in P2 of a 1:16.7. He finished P2 last race. He's looking on board for another good result. Right, Brennicles, I think it is. Yep, Brennicles moves up in the P2 now with a 1:16.3. And we've got Darksider moving up into P4 of a 1:16.5. Ty Morgo with a 1:17.5 in P5. As a previous race winner, moves up in the P2 now with a 1:16.3. And someone awesome, he gets the fastest lap of the qualifying session with a 1:15.6 there. So awesome lap from him. Blue XR8 in P5 now with a 1:16.5. Got Carcado in P7 with 1:17.4. Ty Morgo, he's relegated back to P8. Nacho's in P9 with a 1:18.3. Dean with a 1:18.9 there. Black Wildcats with 1:19.1. And Pepe, he moves up there into, well, P10 now, P11 now. So 1:18.9 there for Pepe. Exo in P13 with 1:20.5. We've got Austral in P14 with a 1:20.7. Chapo of a 1:21.9 in P15, and then Brennicles hasn't, Brett Want rather, hasn't set a lap time yet, so we'll stay on board with him to see how he cracks a lap around this highly difficult street circuit. So championship leader heading into this round, Blue XR8, currently sitting P6, but now he's P3 in the championship, and he moves up in the P1 as I start to talk about him with a 1:15.2. So he's blitzed someone awesome for provisional pole by 4/10. So that's an awesome lap there by him, and that seems to be Brennicles on the side there. Couldn't really know, that wasn't Brennicles. It might have been, I'm not sure whose livery is who here. Doesn't matter, but back onto the story now. So someone awesome, he's back out on track. Looked like he parked it momentarily. Probably thought that his lap time was competitive enough to pit pole position from Blue XR8, but he's highly mistaken there. And so he's on an outlap. And as for Azza, the previous race winner, he's in the last sector now. Got a car up ahead. He's currently sitting in P3, so looking good for another result as it stands. It's a good exit out of the hairpin there. Well, this is going to be across the line for him. Darksider moves up in the P3, but Azza moves up in the P2 with a 1:15.3, and Blue XR8 with a 1:14.8 there. And that's the fastest time we've had this whole night so far, and that deserves to be parked because I don't think anyone will be beating that. And that's just someone awesome. He's on a hot lap now, but we'll get to him in a few moments. Brennicles, he took to be in the mid-sector, about to exit the mid-sector. So what's this going to be for a sector split? It's going to be nothing, so he might be on an outlap. Raw currently sitting in P6 for 1:16.4. So he started a hot lap. Ty Morgo in P7. Carcado, he's coming out of pit lane in P8. Black Wildcats in P9. Nacho's P10. Dean in P11. Pepe in P12. Exo P13. Austral P14, who's still in the pits. Chapo P15 and Brett Want about to cross the line now. But that's going to be an outlap for him, so this will be last time around. Might be able to scrape in another lap actually, so we'll keep you posted there. But as for someone awesome, he's in the last sector now. So what's this going to be for him across the control line? He really needs a good time to at least get P2. What's this going to be? Going to be no improvement there. So Raw, he's about to cross control line. It's just going to be for him. No improvement there either. So actually, I don't have the splits up on screen for you, so that's why I'm not getting them. So now I'm going to be spammed with fastest laps from Blue XR8 there. So this is Ty Morgo, slightly down on his quickest. So someone awesome, he's put it back in the pit lane and he's not going to be able to improve. Same with Brennicles, he's in P5. Now where's Raw out on track? He's in mid-sector now, about to enter the staircase section. So we've got less than 30 seconds to run in this session. So none of these guys are in the mid and last sector now. We'll be able to get another lap in. And that's 1/10 up for Raw. So provisionally, he could pit Brennicles of P5. So we'll wait and see. We've got 5 seconds left. any of these two going to cross control line? So we got 3 cars able to go for another time around. So what's this going to be across the control line? That's going to put him up in the P4 for 1:16 flat. Awesome lap from Raw. Provisionally on the second row. And someone awesome. He's heading into turn 1. No, that's a cool down lap for him. Dean, he's on a hot lap. But who's ahead of him? I'm curious to know. Nachos will finish. So we'll go on board with Brett Want, who's currently P13, about to finish his hot lap now. So the engine temp's really high for him, really low fuel load as well. So let's see what this lap time is across the control line. And that's going to be P7 for Brett Want, so awesome lap for him. Austral in pit lane. Machapo, he's out on track. He's at the last corner now. So we still have one more car out on track as well. It's either... It's going to be... Might be Raw actually. So no improvement there for Machapo. And Raw is finished, so it's down to Dean to finish us off. But he's rotated it at the hairpin there, so that's going to be done and dusted for him. So as it stands, here is the starting grid. So I'll take a screenshot and run through that as we get into the next session. There we go. We'll just get straight into the next session. But awesome lap there by Blue XR8. 3 pole positions in a row now. So he currently P3 now, sitting on P1 in the grid. Previous race winner in Azza in P2. Someone awesome reigning champ in P3. Raw in P4, who had an awesome result last race as well. Darksider in P5. Brett Brennicles in P6. Brett Want in P7. Ty Morgo P8, current championship leader. So once again in P8. P9 is Carcado. P10 is Black Wildcat. P11 is Dean. 12th is Nachos. 13th is Pepe. 14th is Machapo. 15th is Exo. And then Austral rounding out the 16 car grid for the second race of round 2 of the V8 Supercars Sunday Series. So we should be going green light racing soon. So another 24 lap race to follow. So in total, the drivers are racing 150 kilometers race distance. So we're just waiting on the lights to go here. So here we go, we're about to go green now. Here we go, we can hear the revs of the drivers. So who's going to get it off the line? And we go green for the second race of round 2. And massive wheel spin there for Blue XR8. But converts off the line now, heading into turn 1. He will lead this pack of cars here. So we'll go on board with Pepe, who will have a good view, in cockpit view of the carnage back here. So everyone's seeming to get through relatively unscathed there. And we got a car turns around there. And that's going to be Brett Want, who's been rotated there. So we might have a bit of an investigation there to deal with. And that's between him and Dean by the looks of it. Dean looks to be readdressing that. So we'll go back on board with the lead of this race. So we got Raw, who's moved up 2 positions now, up in the P2. And he's chasing down Blue XR8 now. So he's half a second down. Very deep under brakes. They're looking to have severe amounts of understeer there. He gets it pulled up quite nicely on exit, but he's lost a little bit of time in the last sector. Now where is Azza in all this? And I think Someone Awesome, he sent it down the inside there of Azza, but doesn't get the move pulled off. So we've got Someone Awesome with a broken windscreen there. And we got Brennicles in P5. He might look to make a move heading into turn 1 here. He's showing the nose and he's going very deep under brakes. And we got a car in the wall there, and that's Raw. Raw is off on the right hand side wall there, and that's cost Someone Awesome as well. And who's that behind him? The Dark Side has been caught up in this carnage as well. Unfortunate scenes here for a few of the drivers. So early incidents in the first 2 laps for a few of these guys. We got another car spun around there, and that's Nachos by the looks of it. Look, on board with Carvcato, a second and a bit in front of Pepe. So he's got a little bit of time in hand, but Pepe really under pressure by Raw now. He made the mistake at the first corner on the second lap. You see everyone fighting for positions in the background there. So we got Blue XR8 with a 2.5 second lead over Azza. And then we got Brennicles in P3, Ty Morgan on P4, and Carcado rounds out the top 5. So heading on to the main straight now, this train of cars. And there's a car off in the background there. Let's see the position change. And that's Someone Awesome, the reigning champ. He's been rotated at the last corner. And that's unfortunate scenes there for him. And he's going in the pit lane. Severe amounts of damage there. And there's Nachos in P15. So back on board with Raw. He's got a 1 second lead over Darksider. And this is for 7th position here. And we got Pepe up ahead, 4 tenths ahead of Raw. So this is going to be a battle, 3-way battle for P6. So is Raw going to be able to send it down the inside? He might be a little bit too far back this time around, so he might be able to set up a move later on. Someone Awesome, he's still in pit lane. Might have a little bit of incidents to investigate after this race as well, but that will be on everyone else's end to send in the footage and let me know which lap it was. Here we go, this battle for P7, P6 here, it's still red hot, and that's Darksider going off in the background. He's rotated at turn 1. Pepe holding on by the smallest of margins to Raw. And Blue XR8, he's got a 5 second lead at the top now. So these guys currently on lap 4 of 24. We have a battle for P3 heating up now between Azza and Ty Morgo. So there's a 2 second difference there, but I'm sure in the laps to come that is going to be diminished. But as for Pepe and Raw, this battle's still going on. Pepe covers the inside line there, and Raw having to take the wide line there and hindered on exit. Going across the control line with 7 tenths quicker lap on the fastest lap of the race. So that's a 1:18.1 for Pepe. And Raw last time around that won 18-4. So 3 tenths difference there between these two. And he scraped the inside wall there, Pepe. He's going to have to cover. He does just that, making his car as wide as possible. And he's really under pressure now. So we'll go on board cockpit view with Raw, who's really chasing down Pepe. And he's got a little bit of a steering arm damage by the looks of it as well. Oh, he scrapes the outside wall, having to make a correction there. He's really lost a lot of time now. He should still be able to make up a little bit of ground. You can see the off-center steering wheel there to keep it straight. And he's in the wall again. So he looks to be carrying a whole heap of damage here, Raw. So we might see him in pit lane. No, he's going to go another time around. So we'll go on board with Carcado and see time will go up ahead. And this will be the battle for... Yeah, this will be the battle for P4. There's a 2-second difference there in the timing. So we'll just go on board with Blue XR8 and he'll take her around for a lap at this street circuit. So I'll shut up now. You guys turn up the volume, and this is what it takes to crack a lap at this horrendous street circuit in Long Beach. About to enter the last corner now. I hope you enjoyed that onboard lap with Blue XR8. He really cracked the lap around there for sure. Let's see what's going to be across the control line. It looks like a fairly clean lap. And that's a 1:17.9. So his quickest was 1.6 seconds quicker than that. So that's an awesome race lap from Blue XR8 right there. So we'll return the trackside view and we'll go on board with Ty Morgo, who's having a heated battle with Carcado heading into turn 1. Carcado's got the inside line. No, he's going to back out of it now. He's going to hold station. He's going to set up another attack for later on in this lap by the looks of it. So these guys are battling for P4. Championship leader Ty Morgo in P4. And realistically, as it stands, he should come out with the championship lead. But we'll get back to you on that once this race is finished. So Ty Morgo really unfazed with the pressure behind him. The Carcado's a little shaky in the rear end, so he might be carrying a little bit of damage here. Let's see if we've got any more battle packs. Going through the timings now. The next battle pack we've got is between Dean and Brett Wan. And it looks like that's also involving Pepe as well. So that will be a battle for P7. And we have Raw and Machapo both going in the pit lane now, serving their mandatory pit stop. So we'll see where those guys come out in comparison. when everyone else has done their pit stop. So they're effectively a lap down now on these guys, and Carcado really pressuring the rear end heading into turn 1 once again. So this is an all-attack race here from Carcado to make position. So 8 tenths down on his best lap, Ty Morgo. 17 seconds of drift from the lead of this race, in which Blue XR8 currently maintains. And we got Brennicles in P2, so he's looking good for two pairs of podiums there. A pair of podiums for Brennicles is on the cards, and Ty Morgo having to give up position there to Carcado. So something's went wrong. Looks like he's got a slowdown there. So huge stories there for the championship leader. He's been relegated back to P5. Now we'll go on board with we've got no one else to go on board with these. Timings seem to really stuff up at Long Beach every time, I swear. So 5.3 seconds of drift from Blue XR8 with Brennicles. And then Azza, he's a further 3 seconds of drift from Brennicles. So 9 seconds down from the lead. And the Chapo, he's still in pit lane here. As for Azza, he's made a little bit of ground in the first sector and half a sector and 6-2. What's the sector split going to be for him? It's half a second down on his quickest. So his quickest is the 1:17.2. Dark Side, he's sitting in P6, so he's slowly catching up to the rear end of Ty Morgo. Remember, he started P5, so he's lost 1 position off the start. So he's looking to make up that lost ground towards the backstage of this race. We currently have 14 laps to go. The leader, Blue XR8, he's on lap 11. He's about to exit the first sector now. He's 6 tenths down on his quickest race time. So he's looking reasonably consistent, Blue XR8. It looks like his quickest is a 1:16 flat, so that's awesome pace by him. And his next closest competitor is Brennicles, who's about a kilometre down the road. Probably not even that, probably about 500 metres, over-exaggerating the distance there. So about 500 metres down the road, that's almost a 6-second gap between him and Blue XR8 for the lead. Azza in P3, slowly catching up to the rear end of Brennicles. So last lap, he was 6 tenths quicker than Brennicles. So he's looking to gain a lot of time in the next couple of laps based on that. Carcado in P4. Now he's going to be under pressure by Ty Morgo relatively soon. See him in the background there. Seeing how these guys are cracking up a lap here. Man, that's Ty Morgo drifting off to the right into pit lane. Brennicles also is pouring pit lane. So, 2 of the top 5 guys are in pit lane. We've got Summon Awesome, he's out on track. Peppy and Black Wildcats in pit lane. Look to have sustained a lot of damage there. So these guys may have been caught up in an incident, I'm not sure. We'll wait and see where they pop out on track. So Darksider, he's in P4 now due to the 2 in front of him pitting in. Now, Brett Wan, he's hit P5 now. I'm not sure if he's made a pit stop. I forgot if he has or not. So Brennicles coming out of the pits now and closely followed by Ty Morgo. No, he's still in pit lane. So that's going to be a long pit stop for Ty Morgo. So Brennicles, he's back out on track. So he rejoins the track in P6. We've got Dean in P7. Ty Morgo in P8, who's just exited the first sector now. Someone awesome. Touring pit lane in P9. So reigning champ, he's been in the wars tonight, that's for sure. So quite a round to forget for him. Austral, he's in P11. He's moved up from 16th to 11th. So he's looking for another solid result. And that's the dark side. He's in pit lane now. So where is Rennicle's going to rejoin? He goes past dark side of there. Dean should be able to get past as well. But as for Dean, he hasn't made a pit stop. And he's going in now. So he's responded just as I said that he hasn't made a pit stop. Now Ty Morgo, where does he come out in comparison to Darksider, who's exiting pit lane now? Should be able to get him here. Should be able to punch past Darksider. So just exiting now is Darksider. Now Ty Morgo, yeah, he gets the move done. And he puts himself up into P6. Oh, massive curb use there. He's really planted it in the outside wall. So he's going to lose out the Darksider relatively soon. That was a massive mistake by Ty Morgo, the championship leader. Now Blue XR8, he's made a pit stop. Tarkato is in for a pit stop. As the race leader, he's still out on track, but he hasn't made a pit stop yet. So look to see him in relatively soon. And Brennicles. No, that's Brett Want. I thought it was Brennicles. I was going to say, he should be up in P2. So that's Brett Want in P2. Hasn't made a pit stop yet, so none of the top two guys have. So the gap between Brennicles and Blue XR8 should be about 20 seconds by the looks of it. No, it's 8 seconds. So correction there. I'm looking to punch in some quick lap times here, Brennicles. But as for Blue XR8, he's looking to recover what he lost in the first race of this round. I'm pretty sure he finished P11. He was the championship leader heading in, but now sits in P3 in the championship. So we'll have a quick look at those standings for you. So just to give you a bit of an idea of what's going on and who's battling who in the race for the championship. And it's a 6-round championship. This is round 2 of 6. So we've still got plenty of racing to be conducted. So there's the leaderboards up on screen now. Now I know I've got a few of the equations stuffed up, but there you go. Championship leader by 9 points, Ty Morgo over Brennicles. And that means Brennicles, as it stands, might be able to get the championship lead heading out of this round. Blue XR8 might be around the P2 to P3 mark. Tarkato will be around the P4. And I reckon someone awesome should stay P5 surely. And Exo and Nacho might be a bit of movement there. As for the guys down here, Dean, Azza, Raw, Darksider, Black Wildcats, Peppy, and Austral, Brett Want. These guys are looking to make up spots above, say, the P8 area, as Morningstar Mike isn't here tonight. So we'll get back to the live scenes now. So we're back where we need to be. So we're currently on board with Blue XR8. And he's the race leader now. So that's Brett Want in P2. We've got Brennicles in P3. Azza in P4. Arcado in P5. Ty Morgo in P6. Darksider in P7 there. Raw in P8. Black Wildcats in P9. We've got Austral in P10. Exo in P11, Peppy P12, someone awesome P13. Had a round to forget. Dean in P14, Chapo P15, and Nachos in P16. So that rounds out the grid halfway through this race. So let's see if we've got a battle heating up, and we do, between Ty Morgo and Darksider, who's got his lights on behind him in the background there. So really applying the pressure now is Darksider. 2/10 slower on his quickest lap time will go. So these guys are blazing away here. And it looks like a move, no. So points the nose down the inside to let Ty Morgo know that Darksider's there. And he's really on the attack now, Darksider. Very deep under the brakes there. He's lost a little bit of time on exit. Ty Morgo, he's a bit over a 10th up on his quickest lap. Well, scrapes the outside wall there. Might lose a little bit of time. So this battle is still on for P6. There's going to be no move made down the inside of the opening of the staircase here. So just going to hold station is Darksider behind Ty Morgo. So he might be looking to make a move up here, and he's poking the nose down the inside, but he holds back. Thinks he's a little bit too far back there. So battle between Ty Morgo and Darksider really starting to heat up. It's neck and neck between these two. And the battle between Brett Wan and Brennicle is starting to heat up as well, but they're not really fighting for position there because Brett Wan hasn't made a pit stop and he's sitting P3. So pointing the nose down the inside again to Darksider, but he can't make a move. It's extremely difficult to overtake at the street circuit. But these guys are still battling it out here. I'm not sure who that is ahead. It's definitely not Carcado. He's got 8 seconds in hand from this pack here. And seems as though Machapo has left the session. So unfortunate scenes for Machapo. He was looking to rebound from race 1. Oh, we got a little bit of contact here between Ty Morgo, the championship leader, and Darksider. He readdresses that straight away. So lost a little bit of time there, these two, but gets out of it relatively unscathed. I don't think they made any contact with the wall, so they shouldn't have any damage there. Darksider, he's out on the outside wall there. So he's lost a lot of time. We've got a battle between Pepe and Austral here. So you can see Pepe on screen now without a bonnet. And then we've got Pepe a further 1.5 seconds back. So these guys on lap 17, but the lead car, Blue XR8, with a 9.4 second lead is on lap 18. So effectively 6.5 laps to go now. So as for Austral, he's lost a little bit of ground in that first sector. Someone awesome. He's trying to make some ground on Austral as well. So look for this battle to heat up because he's looking for a top 10 result here. He's looking to salvage as much points as possible to reigning champ. And he's back himself back all the way in P12, P11 there. So that's Austral going off in the background there down the escape road. So he's made a massive mistake there. Invites someone awesome up in the P11 now. So now he's looking to chase down Pepe in P10. There's Black Wildcats in P9. He's lost his bonnet as well. So the majority of these cars have lost their bonnets. And he's up on his fastest race lap now. I'm not sure what that is. So lap 19 of 24 now for Blue XR8, the lead car. And he's got a 7.5 second advantage over Brennicle and Asset in P3. And we've got Brett Wan, who's in P4. Carcado in P5. Ty Morgo P6. Darksider. Oh, he moves up in the P6 now. So we've had a little moment from the championship leader back there. Ty Morgo once again. He's moved all the way back to P7, so he's going to be looking like he's losing the championship lead after this race here. But he'll still be in the top 3 in the championship though. Just going to have to salvage as much points from here on in. That's the Darksider. He's been gifted 6th position there. Tarkado in P5. Still a fair way down from the pack, but he rounds out the top 5. Reasonably consistent throughout the series so far. Shout out to him. He might be about P3 in the championship after this race. We'll wait and see. There you go, Brett Want. He's in P4, but yet to make a pit stop as far as I'm aware. So he's chasing down Azza, who's 3 seconds adrift from him. Let's go on board with Azza. And you can see Brett Want in the background there. But we want to stay on board Brett Want to see if he actually has to make the pit stop. So he's not drifting off anytime soon. And Tarkado is a further 15 seconds back from Brett Want. Darksider a further 16 seconds from that. And Ty Morgan, he's lost a lot of time. The Darksider, so he's 5 seconds adrift from him. Raw in P8, almost a lap down. We've got Black Wildcat in P9, he's a lap down now. So the top 8 cars still on the lead lap. Peppy in P10. Looks to be under pressure by someone awesome now. So this battle, like I said, it's going to be heating up soon, and at this stage it's going to heat up. So we'll stay on board with Peppy. So you can see someone awesome in the background there. He's got his lights on. He's carrying a wounded FG Falcon there. He's lost the front splitter. So these guys are 2 laps down according to the timings, because our race leader, Blue XR8, is on lap 22. Someone awesome, he's lost a lot of ground now. So it might be best to go further up the order. Maybe not. We'll see how Blue XR8's tracking. We'll go on another on-board lap here. So we'll get his sector split at the end of the second sector now. 1.3 seconds worse off, and is a fastest lap, so the tyres are really dead now, and that's the evidence right there. Really having to nurse these tyres now. See, there's a lot of understeer heading into this technical section. Really having to throw it right up at the hairpin. So what's this previous lap going to be? It's going to be a 1:17.6, so the lap times are dying off. 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap of the race. Quickly hit up the end of the first sector here. So he's already a second down in the first sector, so that shows you how much the tyres are really killing at this stage. What's this going to be for Brennicle? He's 2 tenths down on his quickest. So we'll stay on board for the rest of this lap with Brennicle. Greg, we're going to go back on board for the battle with P10. Oh, we've got a car off from the left there, and that's a dangerous free entry there. I'm not sure who that was. And that looked to be Darksider there, so he's lost a lot of ground. Someone awesome, he's up in the P10 now. He's on board with Azza. He's about to enter his last lap of the race. There's a lot of understeer heading into the hairpin there. Across from the control line. 5 tenths slower than his quickest lap, and that's about a 1:16.6. So last lap now for him. See a lot of debris off on the left back there at turn 1. So he's 2 tenths down on his quickest at the end of the first. And Blue XR8, he's going to come home with a wonderful race win. He's about to enter the last sector now. You can see him on the track map. But Azza, he's really making ground on Brenical. You see him in screen now. So I reckon it's too little too late for Azza. The previous race winner is going to come home with a pair of podiums. So he's almost setting his fastest lap of the race here. So I'll quickly change over to HDMI for me. But there you have it, Blue XR8 will take out race 2 of round 2 at Long Beach. And then coming home in P2 will be Brennicles, and then rounding out the podium will be Azza. Wonderful debut performance from Azza. Carcado should make it home in P4. Darksider in P5. Brett Want in P6. Ty Morgo. Oh, there's a battle between Ty Morgo and Brett Want here. Brett goes out wide there. Ty Morgo's going to get the better of it, but he's on the outside line. Is he going to go do a cutback here? He's going to hold it on the outside. He gets the move done. Puts himself up in the P6. So that's for Brennicles. He's lost out hugely there. And where's Raw? So he's further down. He's just exiting the staircase now. Brett Want going out wide there. So it should be a top 10 finish for both these guys though. 6th position for Ty Morgo. 7th for Brett Want. And then 5th. Darkside, a wonderful performance from him, recovering after the last race. So these guys go over the control line now. We get trackside view. And we're on board with Raw, who's down the main straight now, about to finish his lap, crossing the control line. So we've got 10 seconds to go. So we've only got one car to cross the control line. Not entirely sure who that is, but Blue XR8. 3 races that he's won, but I don't think he's going to come out as championship leader. But he's won 3 out of the 4 races, so awesome effort from him to recover from the second race. Exo, he gets the 75% by the looks of it. So Exo will get points for P15. So there's your grid. I'm going to try and get a quick turnaround now for the provisional championship results. So don't go anywhere. I shouldn't be too far off now. So that was a good race from everyone tonight that participated. Now P2 did go to Brennicles. So I'm just quickly getting this turned around here. So a pair of podiums there for Brennicles. Ty Morgo, he came home in P6. Trying to get these points done as quick as possible. Uh, 102 points for P6. too far off getting these points done. Actually have to see where Dean finished that race. So I'm just going to have to get the screenshot here, or the screenshots. Let me get a quick picture of this. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Zach racing this one? Yeah, I agree. Alright. And yes, Darkstar, I'll be able to send you a YouTube link after this, mate. So we're getting to that scene now. So here are your provisional standings after 2 rounds. So Brennicles comes out as championship leader. He's only got a 3-point lead over previous championship leader Blue XR8. Ty Morgo remains in P3, 27 points adrift from Brennicles. We have Carcado on P4, 54 points adrift. Southern Awesome, 117 points down. Got Exo and Nacho still equal on points once again. So both 213 behind there. And then Rookie tonight came out the most points as well in Azza, 279 points. So he's 264.46 points adrift. But we are going to have a drop round to compensate for the new guys coming in. We've got Dean with 231. We've got Darksider in P10 with 213. Raw in P11 with 210. Morningstar Mike dropping a lot into P12. Black Wildcats in P13. Brett Want in P14. Andrew HRT in P15. Peppy in P16. Austral P17. Ghost and Machapo P18, P19 respectively. So as for the stream, that's done for tonight, guys. So I'd hope to see you this coming